Hey everybody, welcome to the Tech with Brett show. In today's video, we're going to show you how SwitchBot has taken these three products and combined them into a brand new product, the SwitchBot Hub 2, which is a now Matter supported hub for their different devices. It also includes buttons right on the hub. You have a smart IR remote so you can control your TV and other devices with IR, and a built-in meter, all in this one simple device. So we're also going to show you how you can connect your existing SwitchBot devices and how it might take some time to get the rest connected. Let's get started. So here we have the SwitchBot Hub 2, your all-in-one smart home hub. This works with Alexa, Google, Siri shortcuts, IFTTT, and SmartThings. And I really like how it's just this nice, simple device. Over here on the side, talks about those four things that I've already mentioned. And then here on the back, you are able to use your phone over LTE or 4G or Wi-Fi to connect to the cloud, which is connected to the hub, which the hub is then connected to all of these different Bluetooth devices or IR devices. So they have a ton of products. They have a lock, a keypad, a blind tilt, a bot, a light, a curtain, contact sensor, a camera, a lock, lights, sensors, all kinds of things. So they have all of these different devices that you can use with your SwitchBot Hub that makes them all Matter compatible to work with your different Matter compatible smart home system that you're using in your home. Now, I'd love to show you how to connect each and every one of those products to the Hub 2, but at launch, it will only work with the SwitchBot Curtain as well as the SwitchBot Blind Tilt. Over time, they will be incorporating the other products once they get certification on each product. So it's going to take some time, but I'll try and leave a list down in the description of what is currently compatible with the new SwitchBot Hub 2. So right now, you may want to stick with your existing SwitchBot Hub until your device is Matter supported and can work with the new hub. And then here are some of the different specifications about the hub. Go ahead and get this unboxed. All right, there we have the hub. Right here on the back is a nice little kickstand. So it can just rest like that so you can see the temperature in your room. Here it has USB-C on the bottom there. Let's go ahead and get that cable out. And all kinds of stuff in here. So just a little info about SwitchBot. Here you have the user manual. There it does come with a plug as well as the USB-C cable that you will need. And then here you also have an adhesive to mount this if you want it mounted somewhere. So the first thing we're going to do is get it plugged in. And then on the back here, there is also some adhesive. So here it's saying that you should hold this like that for 5 seconds before you try plugging it in, just so that the cable curls a little bit. Then you can easily get that to fit in like so. So that's great. Let's go ahead, rest it down like that, plug it in. We heard a beep indicating that it is turned on. So here we have an indicator light. There we have the humidity reading. Here we have a sensor. Then we have the temperature reading right here. Over on the side, we have an infrared, a main IR emitter, a light sensor, an infrared receiver. And then down here, we have touch buttons. So you have the off and the on. And then down at the bottom here, there is a buzzer as well. And the temperature and humidity sensor is actually built into this part of the cable. Now we need to download the SwitchBot app, which is available on the Android Play Store as well as the Apple App Store. So whenever we need to add a device to our home, we just need to tap the plus up here. And as this is working off of Bluetooth, it's finding other devices that are available. And there you can see it already found the Hub 2. So we're going to tap on there, and now it says press and hold the 2 touch buttons for 2 seconds until the indicator light's flashing, then tap next. So then we're gonna hold those down. It's rapidly flashing, tap next. Next, we will need to add our Wi-Fi password so that the Hub 2 can connect directly to our Wi-Fi. And this will connect over a 2.4 gigahertz system. Most likely your Wi-Fi is sending out a 2.4 gigahertz as well as a 5 gigahertz signal. So it should connect without issue. And now we're going to give it a name. We're going to call it Hub 2. And what room is this in? And we'll call this the home office. And now our hub has been connected. So let's tap Use Now. So first it's giving us a notice. Tap this card to view detailed room temperature, humidity, and light data. And then down here it says tap the button card to assign one manual scene to this button. Once assigned, you can trigger this scene with just one touch on your Hub 2. Okay, so then down here at the bottom, and then here is our scene at the top. So here it's giving us a notice. The temperature units and the app and the Hub 2's display are different now. Please sync the units. So let's tap sync, and there you can see it synchronized those. Right now it's currently 69 degrees with 32% humidity, and adjusting as needed. And then right now the room light level is 13 with the lights that I have on here. So if I tap on that, it's going to give me a few more details. So tap to switch between temperature and humidity data and illumination data. So this is kind of cool. It's keeping a history of what the temperature is in this room. So that's great if I want to keep track of this specific room and see if I can increase the heating or cooling to save energy. I don't have any control of that in this room specifically. So we'll just kind of have to see how cold it does get and the warmth that it does increase. So you can adjust that by day, week, month, and year. And then as you go down here, you can export the data and you can load more data and you can export the exact times that you want. So that's really cool. Now that we have the SwitchBot Hub 2 set up, let's go ahead and add this to Matter. Now this will actually be my first device that I've connected over Matter in my smart home. So this might take a little bit of work. I've actually already spent a few days trying this, but I think I might finally have the solution. So when we head to the SwitchBot Hub 2 here, so if we tap on the settings at the top, it then gives us an option down here for Matter Configuration Beta. Here at the top, it says you can connect your Hub 2 to third-party platforms like Google Home and HomeKit by scanning this QR code. So great, there's our code. We can copy the code. We can even save it as a picture to scan later. So as what I want to do is tap here and it gives me instructions on how to enable Matter on the Hub 2. So the first thing we're going to do is kind of reset it, but by putting it in pairing mode by holding the off and on for 15 seconds. There it did a couple of beeps. Once it flashes off and on like that, now it is in pairing mode. Then down here at the bottom, it says add Matter enabled device, tap connect below. You will navigate to the third-party platform, follow the instructions. So it also recommends to have your Nest Hub 2 right next to it with the latest software version. And so we're gonna go ahead and tap connect. And when we do that, it takes us into the Google Home app and nothing happens. So you have to click plus. And then I'm going to go to setup, and here it gives us the option to add a new device. Here it says add a Chromecast, Google Nest speaker, or a Matter enabled smart home device. Okay, that's what we want to do. We're going to choose our home, and it's going to look for a Matter enabled device or any other device that's ready to be set up. When doing this, it does not find it either. Wait, it's working. Okay, so here it found the Matter-enabled device, which is awesome. I've tried this many times. It didn't work. Something must have happened where that works. So I could open the camera and scan the code, but I don't have the code right here. So I need to set up with the actual code. So I'm going to go back here, copy the code, and then I can go back into the Google Home app and paste that code, and then hit next. And here it says it's going to connect this device to your Google account so that it can then control the device and give you some other information there. We're going to agree. And here it is connecting the Hub 2 via Matter directly to Google Home, which is really cool. And the device is connected. That is awesome. Took a little bit longer than I would have liked, but as long as we are connected. Great, now it takes us back to the home page, and whenever you add a new device to Google Home, you're scrolling down the app. Usually I go to the very bottom where it says linked to your account, but I don't see it there, but I did scroll up just a little bit and it says in your home. And here it is showing a bridge with an offline sensor and another offline sensor. All right, so now we have the bridge that has been added in here. So we're actually gonna rename that. Let's call it Hub 2. Now that we have a Matter device connected, the interesting thing is that you can actually go ahead and share the Matter device into other platforms. So if we go into the Hub 2 here and we tap on linked Matter apps and services, and then here we have linked apps and services, we can then go through the process of linking it to SmartThings using a pairing code or share it with QR code. So if I also wanted to add it to HomeKit, I could use the QR code, or I can just directly link it into SmartThings by pushing SmartThings right there. And let's see if it pops up. Now, before I got this to work in the Google Home app, SmartThings kept notifying me, hey, there's a hub available. Do you want to connect? Do you want to connect? And it did work great in SmartThings. So now we have it working in Google Home and then going to SmartThings. That's a great way to do it as well. Okay, now we have the Hub 2. We can add it into a room or set it as favorite and done. So cool. We were able to take it from Google Home and now import it into SmartThings with the sharing through Matter. And here it is recognizing the temperature and humidity sensor. So that's right there. Now, if you did want to use SmartThings routines, you can go ahead and add a routine and it lets you use the temperature or the humidity. It shows battery, but there's no battery percentage here, so you can't really do much with that. But you can create routines based on those. Okay, back in the Google Home app, now the sensors are showing. So it just took a minute, I guess, to connect. And so if we tap on here, it's showing the temperature sensor. And we could put it in a room, give it a name. Here we can see that it's linked and unlink it if we need to. And more information about the specific device. Here you can see SwitchBot is the manufacturer and the model it is a part of. So far it's showing Celsius. Let's see if we can switch that in a minute. Then down here we have the SwitchBot Hub 2 humidity sensor. So let's see, it's giving it a name of Hub 2 and we can call it humidity. Then we know what it is. And we're gonna call this one Hub 2 Temp. That way I know exactly what that is. While we're here, let's go ahead and add these each into a room. So we're going to add this into Brett's office. There we go, Brett's office. It gives you the chance to adjust the name when you add it into the room as well. Now those have been moved into Brett's office. There we have the Hub 2 and the humidity and temperature sensor. So now we need to go ahead and add our other devices that are compatible with the SwitchBot Hub 2 into Matter, like these curtains that we have here. So to do that, we're going to head back to the SwitchBot app. And now when we refresh this, you can see that it is now configured over Matter. Down here, we need to add our secondary devices. So this is where I'm going to add my office curtain that I've already set up in the SwitchBot app. So I just need to add that, tap OK. It has then successfully been added. And so there is the notification that a new device has been added into the Google Home app, which was so quick. That was really cool. So let's see what happens when we tap on that. So then it takes us to the device that it's connected to. So there we have the SwitchBot Hub 2. So now let's scroll down again, see if it shows up here. There it is, right in the In Your Home section. There we have the SwitchBot Hub 2 curtains. So we're going to press and hold on there. So now we're going to add it into a room. So we're going to tap Room, Brett's office. Here it's asking for a unique name, Office Curtain. And going back to Brett's office, and now that has been added in here as well. You can see right now it's showing the current state. And if I want to close the curtains, all I have to do is tap the button here, and then it will send the command to the curtains to have them close. Works pretty good. Then I tap again, and that will open them right up. Now I also have the option to simply drag my finger on the button here and it will adjust the percent. So if I don't want them all the way open, let's set it to 90% here and you can see they move just a little bit. I can also hold down and then it will give me a bigger button that I can adjust if I would like. So it's nice that I have all of those options there. And then you can also use the Google Assistant, control the curtains as well. Hey Google, open the curtains.
Sure, opening the office curtain.
And hey Google, close the curtains.
Got it, closing the office curtain.
All right, see you later. And it is great that that is now working and that setup was pretty seamless. The response time is a little bit delayed, but still working great. So then let's go ahead and see what we can do with automations with our curtains now that they're over Matter. So if I go to routines, and then I'm going to tap the plus here. And let's say I want to create a household routine that allows everyone to access it, and then we can do different device triggers. So here we have a starter. So we can do the voice, the time, or sunset, sunrise. Let's go ahead and do a starter device. So let's see, we got cameras, we got displays, doorbells, lights, So here the Hub 2 is showing up as a temperature sensor. When we go in here, it gives us the option to change the modes, but right now it's just showing as a sensor. It's not giving us like temperature or humidity adjustment in here. So hopefully we see that one day. And then here it's saying what kind of conditions need to be met. So if I said during the day here and then done, and then here add starter, it doesn't really do anything because it's not like testing the temperature. So hopefully we see some improvements over there over time, but it's nice that at least a sensor is showing up in the Google Home app, which hasn't happened yet. So more to come on that in the next few months, I think. So there we go. That is what you can do with the automations in the Google Home app after setting up a Matter supported device with the SwitchBot Hub 2. Now, one of the unique things that SwitchBot Hubs can do is connect IR devices. So that means it can send out an IR signal to IR controlled devices and adjust them. So right here, I actually have a TV that I'm viewing my camera on. So let's go ahead and set that up and see how that works. So all I need to do is tap Add Remote Control. So an IR appliance would be anything that you control with a remote control. So here we have air conditioner, TV, light, streamer, set-top box, DVD player, fan, projector, camera, air purifier, speaker, water heater, robot, vacuum cleaner, and others. So other devices that aren't listed there. So I'm going to tap on TV. And then there are a few different ways in which you can set up that TV. So here we have Smart Matching, Select Manually, and Learn button. So let's go ahead and try the Smart Matching. So a Smart Matching, you just take your remote and then you're going to press the power near the hub. So start the matching, and then here it says press the power button. There it turned off the TV, and there it finished the matching. So that was so easy to do. So it says 3 templates were found for you. Test these to make sure it controls your TV. Okay, so now we're going to press the power button right here, and the TV didn't turn on. So we're going to say not working, and let's go ahead and press the power button again. And the TV did turn on. So that one worked correctly. So we're going to say that one is correct. We're going to give the name a TV. We're going to give the TV a name, and here we're going to call this Office TV. And then let's go and put it in the office, home office, just like that. Save. And now we have that TV. So on here, we can adjust the volume. Over here on the TV, you can see the volume is changing. I can mute the volume on the TV and power. So that's all being controlled right here from the Hub 2. So it's great that you have that communication to other devices that aren't connected directly to the hub, if that makes sense. So pretty cool you have that IR integration built into the TV. So if I do have other IR appliances in my room, I would be able to add those. So here I can just tap the plus and I can go through the process again to add them. But I don't think I have any others in the room right now. Now, one thing to note is you aren't able to add the IR integrations into Matter yet. Hopefully that will eventually come, but those will stay in the cloud connected portion of SwitchBot. And then here we have the on-off scene. So now I'm going to go create a scene. So with this, I can press the off button. It will then close the curtains, or I can push on and it will open the curtains. So here I need to create a scene. I'm going to add a condition. So we're just going to choose manual execution. And then here I have add an action. So we have the office curtains here, and we're going to fully open them. Select save. And then everything else looks good. I'm going to turn off the notifications, and you do have the option for cloud services. So we need to save the settings to be able to do that first. So here we're going to change the scene name, and this is going to be called Open Curtains. We're going to save that. Then we're going to create another scene. This is going to be manual, and then we are going to have them fully closed. And here we're going to call it Close Curtains. And again, turn off the notification and create. So now we have created those 2 scenes. I can go back to the Hub 2, and here I can add a scene. And so we're going to say when I press the off button, it's going to close the curtains. And then here when I push the on button, it is then going to open the curtains. Okay, great. We have now added those to the hub. Let's go ahead, try it out. Push it again, and instantly the curtains do close. So really cool that you have the buttons right there on the main spot of the Hub 2. So if we click on, and there they open up again. So that's cool that you have that. And then if you want to do it from the app, you can do it right there as well. So now let's go into the settings here. And we do have the option to adjust the backlight and sound. So here you have an indicator light. So if you want to turn that little light off, and then it will only flash when it's being controlled. You also can turn off the temperature and humidity readings. You have the option to turn off the lights on the buttons, but then it would be hard to find. And you have the option to auto adjust the brightness. So depending on the light in the room, it will kind of adjust that as well, which is kind of cool. So then you also have the option to turn on and off the sound. So if you don't want it to do the sound, whenever you touch the buttons, you can turn that off. So that's great that you have all those settings. And then here you have everything else, desired conditions. You can adjust the sensors there to give you alerts. You can adjust the calibration of the sensors. You have cloud services, so you can still connect it via Wi-Fi and have it go through the cloud services if you don't use Matter. You can do NFC tags where you simply tap a tag and it adjusts different settings. Here we have our Matter configuration if we want to add more devices or anything else, that's all right in there. And then just some other info and logs and deleting the hub and everything. And so there you have it. That is the SwitchBot Hub 2 with Matter support. So as of right now, you can connect the SwitchBot curtain as well as the SwitchBot tilt blinds to the Hub 2, and they will then be enabled for Matter support to work within Google Home, SmartThings, HomeKit. So that's really great. Now, overall, the full process, it's still a little rough. It spent me a lot of time to figure this out, and now it just started working, so that's good news. If it's not working, you might want to reset your devices, reset your Wi-Fi, your phone, make sure it's on the latest software, as well as going to the Nest Hub and rebooting that as well. So here's one more thing you can try if you can't get the Matter support to connect to Google Home. On the Android phone, tap the settings, and then we're gonna go to Google. And then under Google, we have devices and sharing. So there you then have Matter devices. So if we tap on this, it then gives us the option to directly connect a new Matter device. And here you can currently see what devices are connected over Matter. If I tap on there, it gives me a few more details. I can remove the device and so on. But here, if I wanted to connect a new device, I then have the option to scan the QR code or paste the QR code right in here, and then it is able to connect. So I would go this route if you're not able to get it to work within the Google Home app. So really cool. It took me forever to find that, and now we know how to do that. So if you have any further questions about the SwitchBot Hub 2, please let me know in the comments below. I'll also leave a discount code 21 in the description down there. So if you want to check out some other SwitchBot products here, hopefully we'll see them soon available to connect to the Hub 2. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.